Welcome to UFL Highlights, Season 2, the 2026 campaign of the UFL, and it ended kickoff weekend at the home of the defending champions, the Dakota Rhinos, welcoming in the St. Louis Riverman, who some say won the offseason. Karen Koizumi is still their quarterback, and she's still throwing dimes to the sideline. Riverman have a 3-0 early lead late in the first quarter. This is Robert Martin Jones, acquired from Albuquerque in allocation with the catch. Then it's Junior McCray doing what he does best, spinning off of tacklers and scoring from 16 yards out. St. Louis goes up 10-0. This is a 52-yard field goal from A.J. Horn, and he got it 10-3. I'll raise you a 52. I'll give you a 57. Horn me, baby. 10-6. Dakota down. Just 4. Let's fast forward to the fourth quarter. Defensive slugfest in this one. Freddie Spencer getting going for Dakota. Then on a 3rd down and 1, watch Spencer top of the screen. Best virtual football play maybe ever. There's no way he caught that, right? There's no way he caught that inbounds. It was ruled an incomplete pass on the field. Let's get many looks at it. An unbelievable catch from Spencer. In post-game, we caught the single frame that we had showing Freddie Spencer with 2 feet in bounds. Dakota challenges, maybe because they just felt compelled to. Maybe they believed this catch deserved a challenge. And you know what? They won that challenge, and they go up 13-10. Horn adds a field goal, makes it 16-10 with 1:57 to go in the fourth quarter. And now St. Louis has to lead a charge. They haven't scored a touchdown since early in this game. Robert Martin Jones on the sideline with that catch. Then Koizumi hits Angel Maldonado, signed from Austin in the offseason. And then Junior McCray lining up in the slot. Wide open touchdown. He put the defender on skates. St. Louis takes the lead, but Dakota's got another miracle in him. Billy Flagg to Mike Coco. Deep. 2 feet in bounds. It's caught. Unbelievable play from Coco. Liam Seitz, who scored the game winner in overtime of the championship game, gets into the end zone. 2-point conversion fails, 22-17. Hail Mary time for Koizumi. Throw it up. Maybe someone will go down and get it, or maybe we'll get a penalty flag. Pass interference gives St. Louis 1 on time down. They had 3 routes going to the end zone, but they took the underneath, and it wasn't even close. Couldn't make a decision. And Dakota gets the win as a result, 22-17, an absolute thriller in Monday night primetime. No turnovers for either team. Such a well-played game. All right, first game of the game day gauntlet. Vegas hosting New York. The Devils' surprise playoff appearance last season, and New York had a surprise playoff appearance too, but both had early round exits. Joe Francis is the new quarterback in New York. He hits fellow former Florida Shark Mark Anthony, back-to-back plays there. Then Robert Henson Jr. untouched into the end zone. Throw the powder in the air. New York has a 7-3 lead. Towards the end of the first half, Vegas cuts it down to 1, 7-6, but New York still had more in them in the first half of play. That is fit into a very tight window. And then one more time, it's Joe Francis finding Terrence Roll after the sack from Vegas. They had the most sacks of any team last year, but I don't know what that defensive play call was. They brought everybody, and Terrence Roll was wide open. That gives us 14-6 New York. Towards the end of the third quarter, another sack taken by Francis, so it results in a 49-yard field goal for the Lightning that just crosses that crossbar. 17-6. Vegas makes it 17-9, but stopped in the red zone. That was a bit of an issue. Vegas still does not have a touchdown on the board. 5:46 to go in the fourth quarter. Mac Shima, the new quarterback in Vegas by way of Cincinnati, trying to make something happen all day long. Finds a wide open, I believe, Mike O'Neill on that catch. And then it is Shima inside the 10-yard line. That's O'Neill again. 2nd and goal for Mac, under 5 to go. That is a touchdown. And Vegas has new life. And now they have the lead after a stop. So 17-18. 4th field goal for the Devils. They forgot about the draw. Robert Henson, fleet of foot, gets New York down to midfield. 55 seconds. A moon ball from Francis, caught by Henson Jr. And then a field goal to cap it off. Cyrus Foster, in her first game with the squad, gets New York the game winner on the road, 20-18. It was a tough week for the Great East Conference, but New York able to deliver. Two of the best teams from the Great East Conference last season, Miami traveling to Dallas, the reigning Great East Conference champions, and early on it's Freddie Grady gaining separation, a 69-yard touchdown. Dallas looking good early, makes it 7-3, or 7-0 rather, but quickly Miami would find their footing. Maybe not as quickly as they hoped, but it was definitely enough on this night. They take their first lead early in the third quarter, making it 9-7. Then they start to get rolling. 5.5 to go in the third. That is Rob Crone, the quarterback for Miami, delivering a good ball there to the near sideline. Then Crone again to the near sideline on that Dallas bench. Doc Holliday with that catch, the rookie wide receiver for the Pirates. Crone over the middle finds Holliday again into the red zone. For the first time tonight, Miami is in for the touchdown. That pass caught by Terrell Cooper. 16-7 Miami. Final play of the third quarter. Bullet Boletsky. Can I have a house call, please? 84 yards. G-O-N-E. Gone. 23-7 Miami is opening it up, but it would only get worse. Actually, two-point conversion, no good, but they get a field goal. It would get worse for Dallas. 25-7, Cameron Duty trying to dump it in the flat, and Micah Steiner picks that one up and takes it to the crib. 32-7, Miami is rolling now. Duty, first you don't succeed, throw the exact same play and get the exact same result. What was that? That plays out of the book. 39-7. Oh, Miami, who trailed 7-6 at the half. An unbelievable turn of events in prime time. Cameron Duty hitting Isaiah Taylor. Then Rashad Lockley inside the 10. And then Freddie Grady for the second time today finds the end zone just beyond the Dallas in the non-painted grass. 39-14. Dallas couldn't get a stop. Lamont Bourne with the carry for the first down. And then why not Buck Wild into the end zone for the score. A dominating performance by Miami, a shocker in Dallas. They win 46-14 with 537 yards of offense, but they could not outduel Austin in terms of dominant performances or yards or anything else. Nico Rightway from Shy Ronnie coming over from Cleveland gets the 46-yard score, makes it 7-0 Austin early. Second possession. What kind of tackle was that? It wasn't one. Spoiler alert, a Davian Grady with that catch. Then deep into the end zone, Mike Churchill gets the feet in before the keister. 21-0, still in the first quarter. Andy Beaverhausen, what a catch on the sideline. Austin doing whatever they want. Mike Woodstone, touchdown. 28-0 Lone Stars. Woodstone again. 1-2. Oh, that was nasty. A third juke helping to get Austin back in the end zone. That's Mike Churchill again. 38-0 over Chicago. Now into the second half. Austin continued to make a statement. Wide open in the end zone. Everyone forgot to cover him. Ricky Rosias with that catch. Adam Wiseman coming over from Milwaukee. Watching his former receiver in Milwaukee, Mike Churchill, doing whatever he wants. Wiseman did not have as good of a day, obviously, but he does connect for a score there. Prevents the shutout. Hey, look at the improved run blocking up front for Austin. Outside, that's Beaverhausen with the catch and run. 45-7. Ronnie fires it complete to Nico Rightway, and then Ronnie with touchdown number 6 on the day. Mike Churchill with touchdown number 4, I think. Crazy. UFL record either way. Hey, Ronnie doesn't do a lot of this, but does a little bit, does a lot of it on this play all the way down to the 10-yard line. Austin doing whatever they want. There it is. There's the 4th touchdown for Mike Churchill. 59-7. That was a UFL record. Shy Ronnie's 8 touchdowns. That was a UFL record. Austin set the record for most points and most yards in a game. Not before Wiseman got another touchdown, 59-14. But wait, there's more from Austin because Wiseman is going to find Theodore Blackman with 3 minutes to go, putting Austin back into scoring position, so why not chase more records? Ronnie, deep, into the end zone, Nico right way, just how it all started. 676 total yards, averaging 9.6 yards a play. It was a historical route in the Texas state capital. Okay, LA at Wichita. Wichita coming off a disappointing end to their season, trying to turn things around. Los Angeles, a completely reworked squad in the offseason, trying to make things happen, and they do so on the first drive with Victor Washington, Javon Muhammad, and the rest of the crew. They go up 7-0, then 10-0 end of the first quarter. It's all Aztecs early, but Wichita on a 4th and 1 does manage to put points up on the board, makes it 10-3. Los Angeles not going to go away quietly. Chris McCray is their kicker. He had 3 field goals in the first half, 16-3. Then something amazing happened. We'll show you at the end of the drive. 1 minute to go. BK Solberg leading his team down the field. That's Chris Delro with the catch. Then Solberg, 40 seconds to go. Near sideline, caught by RJ Gilmore. And then 3rd and goal with 3 seconds left. That is tackle Nigel Hopkins checking in as an eligible receiver, and he scores for Wichita. Didn't have that on my bingo card. 3rd down and 11. Solberg trying to keep the Wichita drive alive. He chucks that one up for Timothy Shea. 1-on-1 with Ray Rie, and Shea wins the battle. Wichita takes their first lead of the day, and they would add to it on the following drive with a field goal, making it 20-16. McCray, number 4 on the day, 20-19. It's nip and tuck. 4.5 to go in the fourth quarter. Ronnie Shanahan, by way of Houston, is the new Los Angeles quarterback, and he made some things happen on that on this drive, I should say. Javon Muhammad with that catch, and then Shanahan back in the end zone. That's Muhammad again. Makes it 25-20. 2-point conversion. Victor Washington says, yeah, that's mine. 27-20. Wichita on 4th and 7. They gotta go, and that pass is swatted away. Beautiful play by Marquez Williams. The field goal caps the win for Los Angeles, 30-20 in comeback fashion in windy Kansas. Minnesota at New Orleans, 2 teams that did not make the playoffs last year, but are primed for improvement, especially Minnesota, who got Michael Joseph over from Florida. Doug Falk likes that. A 35-yarder on the opening drive, and then Joseph standing in the end zone all by himself makes it 6-0 until New Orleans blocks the extra point. It was the only block kick of the week, and it's returned by Shane Shembo. 314 pounds a man rumbling into the end zone for the 2-point conversion, making it 6-2. The field goal makes it a baseball score, 6-5. Bryce Brenton with that score. Minnesota back to work. This is Tyler Falk over the middle of the field to the New Orleans 42-yard line. Next play, Dalton Brown, a part of the Dalton Brown Rob Noel show in Minnesota's backfield. Dalton Brown wide open for the score, makes it 13-5 Minnesota. Third quarter, Emmanuel Blackman coming over from Portland, trying to get the offense moving, hits former Denver tight end Dylan Garday with that pass. Then it's Ray Chapatulis, and then one more time, Cameron Bailey into the end zone for New Orleans, and it's 13-11. 2-point try, no good. Doug Falk, most sacked quarterback last season, didn't do much of that last season, but Falk able to escape all the way to the New Orleans 32 to keep the drive alive. Dougie Fresh to the 3-yard line with a beautiful throw to the white stuff. Rob Noel into the end zone for the score, 20-11. Minnesota starting to run away with things. Dalton Brown shoving defenders away. 3rd and 7. Doug Falk inside the 10, hits his son down to the 5. Then Falk one more time. Wide open again. And New Orleans red zone defense has a lot to work on. That was LaBrice Rowland with that catch. Then Emmanuel Blackman down 28-11, trying to keep the game alive. Scrambles to the 12, and we'll hand it off to Scott, the backup to Chapatulis, in for the score, 28-18. But look out! The block not picked up, and then it's unclaimed linebacker. One of the best players from last season, Randy Tremaine, with the fumble 6 and the field goal to boot. 38-18. The Chippers get win number 1 on the year and force a couple of turnovers while they do it. Rochester and San Diego on a surprisingly dreary Sunday afternoon in California, but these San Diego Wildcats got back to their old ways. 199 rushing yards on the day. That was Payne Price. Now it's Corbin McNeil with the run for 15. Zach Holdorf didn't do a ton of scrambling on this day, but does find Kyron Rucker in his first UFL game with the score. 7-0. San Diego field goal is good. Now 10-0 early in the second quarter. Rochester's got to get something going, but they didn't have the ball very much in the first half. That's a beautiful ball from Zach Holdorf. Deep down the sideline to Orleans Armstrong, the second tight end on the roster, but still first in our hearts, perhaps. That is Sir Jefferson. Yeah, riding the Pioneers into the end zone. It's a 36-yard score, 17-0. Rochester's got to do something. Matt Wilson, all kinds of time. What are you doing? Throwing far side, way too late. A red zone turnover. Rochester had 3 of those today, but the Pioneers get it right back. Some good fortune. That's unclaimed linebacker Brendan Schlumbaum. Casey Mears turns that into a touchdown. So 17-7. Rochester in the game. Their defense continued to keep a minute. Not 1, not 2, not 3 field goals from Jimmy Smith, acquired from Charlotte in the offseason, but 4 there on the goal line stop. But it does make it a 3-score game late. 26-7, final minute. One of the 3 red zone interceptions happens there as San Diego dispatches the Pioneers back to a much colder New York across the country. And Justin Reside ran that route just a little bit too far. 199 yards rushing, 172 passing for San Diego. They force a league-high 4 turnovers this week. The final game of the UFL to get to, Salt Lake at Phoenix. This was a good one, a rematch of the wild card game in the Great West last season. Chris Allure, Jay Carter, still a part of the Salt Lake Hornets, and they led the way on this day. That's Mia Pangori, the rookie receiver, making that catch. Then over the middle, Jay Carter able to find his new target. That's Lucas Ryan for the score. And then an interception for the defense. Roosevelt Nixon on Phoenix's first play of offense. Chris Allure quickly puts Salt Lake up 14-0, and just like that, Phoenix is in trouble. This was the only good run of the day for DJ Simeon for Phoenix. They had just 19 rushing yards. That's a stark comparison to San Diego. How about Andy Sands with that catch? Then it's Tillo into the back of the end zone to Matthias Sansbino. We got a ball game, 14-7, 2 minutes to go in the first half. Carter off a play fake, wide open, Sauce K coming from Florida, now playing tight end. This is Carter deep down the sideline. Look at these passes, unbelievable. That's Patrick Anderson by way of Denver with that catch. And then Sauce K, are you kidding me? He sauced him. Forget mossed him. 21-7, 21-10 now before the half. Phoenix tacks on a field goal, but they're still in trouble. End of the third quarter, Phoenix brings pressure. It's picked up, and wide open is Patrick Anderson again into Phoenix territory. Next play, Jay Carter, play action. Wide open again. Woo! Patrick Anderson didn't know he had that in his game. Wow. That was brilliant. This was better. Mia Pangori, first career touchdown for her. 28-10. Jay Carter. 7:16 to go in the fourth quarter, and Jay Carter is taken down, forcing a field goal. That keeps it a 3-score game, and that would be important because Joe Tillo would finally connect deep with D.R. Simeon. 77 yards. Simeon to the house. 31-17. Hey, still plenty of time left. Under 3 to play. Tillo trying to lead the charge after a defensive stop. That pass caught on the sideline. Hakeem Manamaluna unclaimed. Tillo down the field hits Simeon inside the 5-yard line. And then Tillo once more with 2:18 to go. Sansbino, second touchdown. Hey, it's a ball game except for the fact that Phoenix couldn't get a stop on the next possession. 31-24, Salt Lake hangs on. Thanks for watching UFL Highlights. Week 2 starts on Sunday, and we'll see you back here midweek next week for more here on the Virtual Football Network. And for more information how to claim your player in the UFL, visit UFL, YOUFL.football.